Frank Ntilikina helps the Mavs bench get a win over the Sacramento Kings. And what are some of the biggest takeaways so far for a 4-2 start for the Dallas Mavericks? This is the Gray Area right here on Kevin Gray Sports. My name is Kevin Gray. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Kevin Gray Sports. Be sure to hit that subscribe button right there. For all things Kevin Gray Sports here on YouTube, you can catch me on your home of the Dallas Cowboys at Texas Rangers, 105.3 The Fan. The Dallas Mavericks get a 105-99 win at home against the Sacramento Kings, doing something that they couldn't do last year, which was actually beat the Sacramento Kings. The Kings swept them 3-0 last year in their season series, but the Dallas Mavericks now move to 3-0 at home this year, 4-2 overall. They get a terrific performance from their bench, specifically with Frank Ntilikina, who came off the bench, had 12 points, was really good in transition, and really helped spark the bench for a Dallas Mavericks team that saw Luka Doncic score 23 points, 10 rebounds, and had 8 assists. The big story in this game, though, was the Mavericks' ability to score in transition, outscoring the Kings 13-1 in fast break point situations and scoring 20 points off of 13 Kings turnovers. Yes, Richaun Holmes was good with 22 points and 13 rebounds for the Sacramento Kings, but it was Frank Ntilikina and Reggie Bullock who sparked a 10-2 run to end the third quarter to put the Mavs up 10, 82-72 going into the fourth quarter. It was a game of runs, it felt like, as the Dallas Mavericks jumped out to a 22-9 lead. Luka Doncic accounting for the first 17 points of the game, whether it be scoring or assisting on the first 17 points of the game, and 17 out of the first 20 for the Dallas Mavericks, who continue to shoot the ball poorly from the three-point line, but continue to grind out, especially on the defensive end, holding one of the more explosive offensive teams in the NBA to just 99 points. And that's been one of the biggest takeaways so far this season, is this team's ability to get out and defend folks. This is a team that's in the top 15 in terms of defensive rating so far through 6 games of the NBA season. While you're still waiting for this team to find their flow offensively, give Jason Kidd and this staff credit for really helping this team so far early on in the season be better on the defensive end. Their ability to get deflections, their ability to block shots, even though Maxi Kleber in this game had 7 points and 5 rebounds, had to leave the game after a dunk due to a back strain and did not return against the Sacramento Kings. He has been a part of the terrific defense that the Dallas Mavericks have played so far this year. And that's the biggest takeaway, that defensively they were actually doing the things that they wanted to do and improve upon from last year, where this team was one of the worst and has been not good in terms of defensive rating over the last couple of years. Rick Carlisle tried to get this team to be better defensively. They just simply weren't able to execute it. So far, they are actually doing that. I asked Jason Kidd after the game on Sunday about this team's ability to turn points in alpha turnovers and also being able to get out in transition. Here's what Jason Kidd told me about that.
Yeah, I think we talked about it as a game plan. Understand that Zach they're coming. You know, Hallenberg and Fox are going to come. They're going to push, and they were going to test our transition defense. So I thought the guys did a great job of getting back. And then on the other side of that is on misses. I think we set the tone with the home run, Luka to DP, to be able to play faster, to look ahead. The throw aheads is something that we've kind of gotten away from. So I thought that was, that helped us get off to a good start, as being able to turn a rebound into a fast break with that home run pass. But then also we just continue to build on that.
So Jason Kidd saying, look, it's important for us to convert points off of turnovers. As I mentioned, 20 points off of 13 turnovers for the Sacramento Kings, getting out in transition. And more importantly, they held the Sacramento Kings to just 19% from the three-point line. And as long as this team continues to defend, because my second takeaway is this team is not shooting the ball extremely well at all, especially from the three-point line. When you look at what the Mavericks did on Sunday, only shot the ball 32% from the three-point line. They shot 44% overall, but this team has been abysmal shooting the basketball from three. Dorian Finney-Smith has been awful from the three-point line. Luka Doncic, who made a miracle 36-footer with the shot clock running out against Tristan Thompson, only made one three-pointer in the game against the Sacramento Kings. This team has to continue to get better in shooting the basketball, which has not been a problem for them over the last couple of years. But at the same time, defense always travels, but their ability to score and, more importantly, shoot the ball more consistently from the three-point line, I think will come as this season goes on. Because this team is too good offensively to be shooting as poorly as it's been through through the first 6 games, especially from the three-point line. You say, Kevin, it's early on in the season. Guys are still getting their legs under them. And at the same time, though, you didn't expect the Mavericks to be this poor shooting the ball from the three-point line. But this team so far has shown the ability to bounce back. They bounced back from a 31-point beatdown at the hands of the Denver Nuggets on the road on Friday, and then are able to turn it around and come back home and grind out a win against the Sacramento Kings, against a team that they did not beat last year. I talked to Tim Hardaway after the game about that and about the team's mentality to bounce back after having a tough loss. Here's what Tim Hardaway Jr. told me.
Well, yeah, I think it's easy to do that when the team you're playing against beat you 3 straight times last year. We knew that coming into the game today, and I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. They took care of business every single time they played us last year. So we just wanted to do a great job of putting our foot down and get into a great start to start the game, and that's what we did.
So Tim Hardaway Jr. saying, look, the biggest thing is we beat a team that we couldn't beat last year. And what you're wanting to see from this team early on is its ability to overcome adversity, put away a bad loss, come home, be able to reestablish themselves, and move to 3-0 at home just like they did against the Sacramento Kings. And with their ability to do so, now they have a terrific opportunity to build on that when they welcome the Miami Heat into town on Tuesday. And that is another takeaway from me. As much as we have maligned this offense so far for the Dallas Mavericks, defensively they're going to continue to get better. But what I want to see offensively from them, especially when Luka Doncic and or Jalen Brunson are the primary ball handlers, to find Luka Doncic, especially when JB and Luka Doncic are in lineups together, Luka Doncic is moving off the ball. There's too many times you've seen with this offense so far where a lot of guys just seem to be standing around, a lot of clogging up the lane. Hello, Dwight Powell. Clogging up the lane, especially on Luka drives. There has to be less one-on-one play and more ball movement, which is something Jason Kidd has stressed going into this season to create the energy offensively that this team is looking for to be able to be more efficient on the offensive end. Passing up good shots for great shots, and more importantly, once you get those great shots, knocking them down. And if that's the case, the Mavericks will get better offensively as this season goes on. But you've seen at times too much standing around offensively, not enough ball movement, and guys having to make plays one-on-one, whether it be Tim Hardaway Jr. trying to create something, whether it be Jalen Brunson trying to create something for himself or for his teammates, or Luka Doncic going full Bel Air Academy offense and trying to just make things happen on his own while his teammates standing around watching them. As the offensive flow continues to get better, Coach Igor Kokoskov and the remnants of his offense continue to get implemented for this team, I think they will get better as the season goes on, which leads me to my next takeaway. All right, this Kristaps Porzingis thing, man, is starting to get a little old and a little tired. Kristaps Porzingis missed his 3rd straight game due to lower back tightness. We don't know if he's going to be available when the Mavericks take on the Miami Heat at home on Tuesday. But folks are tired of it at this point. You're only 6 games into the season, and he's already missed half of them. That is not a good sign for a Mavericks team that needs Kristaps Porzingis to be as healthy as he can be going forward so that this team can reach the kind of heights they think that they can. Because right now, yes, you're 4-2, you're 3-0 at home, but you have not had your quote-unquote second best player so far on the floor for half of your first 6 games. That's not good. Frank Ntilikina has been good. He had 12 points off the bench. Reggie Bullock getting more comfortable in this team, especially with his role as a defensive specialist and his ability to shoot the ball from the three-point line. Jalen Brunson has been fantastic off the bench so far this season for the Dallas Mavericks. So you're getting help from guys that are off of your bench and playing well right now to get off to a 4-2 start. You're going to need Kristaps Porzingis and, more importantly, Tim Hardaway Jr. to start shooting the ball much more consistently from the three-point line. Tim Hardaway Jr. on Sunday only went 4 of 11 from the three-point line. Got to get better in terms of the shooting percentage. So the Mavericks have a lot of work to do, but at the same time, you're seeing what this team is capable of potentially being. A team that's really good on the defensive end, that can hold teams to poor percentages from the three-point line, have to get more efficient on the offensive end by knocking down shots, more ball movement to ensure the energy of the ball is creating the efficiency that they're looking for offensively, and most importantly, get Kristaps Porzingis back on the floor healthy for a consistent period of time for this team to be able to move about in the Western Conference. We'll see if that's the case moving forward. But the Dallas Mavericks get the win at home. They host the Miami Heat on Tuesday. And more importantly, the bench, in terms of Frank Ntilikina, Reggie Bullock, and others, are going to hopefully continue to get better. I know folks are going to jump on this timeline and say, where's Moses Brown? Moses Brown, just to be patient on Moses Brown. He's going to be okay in the future, but we got to wait for him to continue to develop. But at the same time, give the Mavericks credit. Luka Doncic attacked the rim relentlessly in the game, and he has to remain more aggressive. As long as Doncic remains aggressive, looking for his shot early and getting into the paint early and taking advantage of mismatches, the Mavericks will be better off with him setting the tone offensively in terms of his aggression. And if that's the case, the Mavericks can find themselves getting better and better, especially as they continue to play the kind of defense that they've played so far this season. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Kevin Gray Sports. Be sure to hit that subscribe button right there for all things Kevin Gray Sports here on YouTube. It's been another episode of The Gray Area. I'll talk to you later. Peace.